Jeff and Hammy Show. I'm Hammy.
I'm Jeff.
And today I'm back as the teacher here, so we're going to go.
Quarterback today.
Yeah. Jeff was already busy working on some projects. He's got to get a vehicle through the repair process and back fence.
It's getting it done for customers. So.
Yeah, we're both here early, and he was already gotten to get some stuff done. Me too. I have one that's on the back fence. We're waiting on a part, so it's been over a week for this customer. So I need to get that going. But this is a real short list, but very. I think it's really good, especially for successful salespeople. So it's a top 4 list of things successful salespeople do. So cool. I'm going to go ahead and read this, Jeff. It's kind of long because there's A, B, and C. So let me go over this. So a top salesperson, they work as a team to get the deals done. They leverage people and resources around them, treat those around them with the high level of respect and appreciation. They ask for help throughout the process. And I'm going to add this to where we're talking about the sales environment for car sales, that we're working with our sales managers, our desk managers. We have to work with detailers, lot porters, parts and service department employees, and our finance team. So let's go ahead and talk about that, Jeff.
Yeah, I think that if any successful person that you've seen, I remember the one guy that before Ali Rada that was like the top guy. I think he sold like
Ali Rada,
Ali Rada, sorry, but the old guy before that, and he
Joe Girard,
yeah. So you talk about a guy that was selling 6-7 cars a day. And it goes back to just if you're brand new trying to sell 1 car a day, but he had relationships with so many different people. He had relationships with service guys. He had relationships with the lot porters. He had relationships with the paint guys. All those things make selling cars what it takes. You have to have so many connections to clean up cars, to repair cars. And guess what? All those people at some time need to buy a car. And so I think it's so huge that you can't just be thinking about yourself. You have to build bridges. You have to get to know all the different people that make up the car business to help you. And you leverage your time and your connections to help you sell more cars.
Definitely treating everyone with utmost respect and treating them good is a good thing. They don't just all buy cars. They have family members and friends too. There's more car sales inside a dealership than you can imagine if you have good relationships with these people. And that has reminded me of something of a book I read a while back ago. I was in business for a few years, and I was reading a bunch of books before I went into that. And Colonel Sanders, KFC, back in the 50s, either 40s or 50s, he was actually on trial with the Congress for franchising. And one of the big quotes in the book that I really like, he says, "I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own effort."
That's really good, man.
Yeah,
That's
so I mean,
really
definitely. Definitely, when you're working as a team, and like Ali Reda, he's got a team of people around him, and he sells. I think his average is 175 cars a month or something like that, and he's got another guy underneath him now that's like a 50, 60 car guy, and that works just for him.
Yeah.
And then you got Frank Carnetti. He's got a couple of assistants now, and he's got in the middle of his showroom is where his desk is, right in the middle of the showroom,
that's
literally.
So cool.
And he's like 125 to 150 every single month on a consistent basis.
So they have a team.
They have a
team.
team.
It work.
Yeah.
It's not just a solo business.
All right. Then next one, we're going to number 2 here. They do things that they say they will do. To me, that's like under promise and over deliver. Taking care of like when you got back fence units and getting it through the process and keeping the customer up to date with what's going on. If there's ever delays and such, just dealing with that right now as we're speaking. Lot damage is a big thing in our business. Getting scratches, people rubbing belt buckles or wedding bands and getting scratched
every day.
Yeah, giving customers realistic time frames. Don't be the person. Oh yeah, well it's a back fence car and hasn't even been touched, and we're going to have it to you in a day or two. No, like you got to give them realistic expectations, and then you got to keep on top of it too. So that's important.
Yeah, I kind of figure that as like the extra mile. You're not just there to sell a car and move the person on, and move on to the next one. I can't tell you how many times it happened last week where I bent over backwards to help a customer find a car, and it wasn't a big money maker, but I just said, you know what, these people have been waiting. They know exactly what they want. I sold them a car. I took care of them. They didn't come with 2 keys. I know it was a big deal. I had to mail one to somebody, get another one, took care of them, and guess what they did a week later? He called me up, and his son wanted a car. and they bought another car within a week from me. And by just going the extra mile, can go such a long way in this business. I mean, people can tell when you're not just trying to sell them a car, but you're actually trying to take care of them as being a professional customer service person would do.
Yeah, and I had the same thing. I had the same thing in my last week. So I had a customer looking for a vehicle. He owns a couple gyms and a personal trainer, and he wanted something that got extremely good fuel mileage. And we're looking at this used Honda hybrid we had, and it was kind of a bucket. It was like a kind of a piece once I got it. It wasn't, it was pretty beat up. And I said, hey, but knowing my inventory and walking the lot and knowing prices, I knew we had this 2019 Sentra that was just a smoking deal. It was 2 years old, 18,000 miles with all the warranty because he was concerned about warranty, so it still has most of its warranty. Extended warranty wasn't going to be super expensive or anything like that. But now I have a connection because I want to get back into shape and working out with him, and then he's got a good clientele that could be future sales for me. So I think that's a huge thing, and doing that again. I'm doing as you said you'll do.
Yep.
So next one here, number 3, and this is a huge one for me because I've ran across both sides of the business, especially when I was in Oklahoma, and particularly one dealership, not the second one, but being transparent and being honest with your customers. Talking about like how your pricing and availability of vehicles, how the dealership conducts business, how you're gonna how your service will benefit the customer.
Yeah. I think what I love about our company, obviously we work for Lithium Motors. They're very transparent when you show somebody a pencil. When we talk about the write-up, and then you can call it the write-up, the write-back, whatever. When you show somebody with transparency, here's the price of my car, here's yours, here's the price of our products, here's your interest rate, here's your payment. I know there's some guys that are just like, well, tell me what my interest rate is, and they try to hide or this or that, but be transparent about it. And it's okay to learn to say, hey, I can guarantee this rate, but that's not my expertise. My finance manager is the one that finalizes the rate. But again, just being transparent with people, not trying to show the answer, but just being straight up. Say, hey, this is what it is, what I can guarantee. Here's everything that we have to offer. Hey, here's the Carfax. Here's the history of the car. I'm being completely transparent. And people love that. They love the authenticity, the transparency, and just be honest, be straight with people. You never can go wrong with that.
Yeah, always the honesty is the best thing. I mean, when I was at this Ford dealership and they were sneaking the prices up on the back end, that's just not a good way to do business and conduct business and have future business. Now, they were hurting a lot of these customers because most of the customers I dealt with had repos. And multiple repos in some cases, and that's because they were sneaking prices up. Customer didn't figure out the math and spending thousands of extra dollars than what the vehicle was originally advertised for, and that's just not a good way to do business. And so that's one of the reasons why I left very quickly from there.
It's that line I've heard, honesty really is the best policy, and I can tell you, you're going to get so many referrals by people saying, hey, this guy took care of me, he's going to take care of my friend too.
Everybody wants a good car salesman that they know. Like the big things in people's life, a good mechanic, a good real estate agent, and a good car salesperson that they they feel they could trust. So I think those are always stuff that most customers are looking to have, and they want to be able to deal with somebody that they feel is going to treat them right and take care of them. The last one that leads to the last one here is build long-term relationships. Like personally, me, I don't want to sell you just one vehicle. I want to sell you all your vehicles from this point forward, and plus you love me so much that you're going to tell all your friends and family to come see Hammy. That's a big thing for me. Also being the go-to person post-sale. That you're not just done with that customer that after they drive off with the car. That if that customer needs something, tech support. These vehicles are very complicated today for somebody that doesn't do them every day. Like getting, they buy a new phone and they don't know how to Bluetooth it back in, and they don't know how to set up Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And I've been stuck with that, and I had to get Jeff out there one day because I couldn't figure out that lady's car. So those are things being building that long-term relationship that the customer can count on you. And when you do that, they're going to be more likely to come and see you again, and more likely to tell other people to come see you.
Yeah, I think the best way to build long-term relationships is after the sale's been done, to say, if you need anything, and I know one of your other guys told you this, call me directly.
Yes.
Because the worst thing is, I see all the time guys will say, hey, I came in there, nobody wanted to help me, your service department was busy, I felt like I wasn't important, I just spent 50 grand on a vehicle. I tell people, call me. Text me directly, and I do that. Someone's got a nick on their car that came on delivery, I says, you text me personally, I will hook it up, and they do it all the time. They come in, they give me the keys, I take it back to the guy. It takes me 10 minutes, I set it up, I said, come back in 3 hours, and I'm telling you, people love that versus getting sent in a circle around your service department.
Yeah, and also, let me bring this up from another side.
Because they're dealing with thousands of people.
Yeah, let me bring this up from a different point of aspect, too. So, I've never been the really good person to, reach out to people on their anniversaries of buying a car. I don't know if Jeff does that much. I know he's done, postcards for Christmas and all that, but a guy here, Jim, he's been here a few years. He's also our oldest salesperson. Most of his business is somebody that knows him. Either he's a repeat customer or referral business, but I listen to the guy on the phone talking to the customer on their anniversaries and, hey, how's it going? How's the car? How's the car treating you? Anything wrong with it? He's talking to the customer about things that, making sure that the customer's still happy with the product that he sold them, and that's why he gets the most referrals and repeat customers here at the store. Yeah, although me and Jeff outsell him, his sales go a lot easier because he knows all these people.
Sure.
All right, that's all we had today is those 4 things. So thank you again for watching the Jeff and Hammy Show. We'll see you next time.